guys, it's me, your favorite quarantine cutie, aka Emily. I am losing my absolute mind being stuck in my house all the time. I left, I think like 3 times during this whole thing, and 2 of those times were to simply stop by my workplace and pick up materials for teaching my kids. So I miss entertaining small children, and I miss being able to talk for like 8 hours a day and somebody be listening. And I'm just staring at my walls and talking to nobody. And I wanted to go live and make a live video, but apparently I'm not cool enough for that because I only have like 30 subscribers on YouTube. So if you see this, you should subscribe, so maybe in the future I can go live. But anyway, this weekend, during all of this fun quarantine, I was binging Disney Plus movies, and I watched the new Stargirl movie that they came out with. And I would say it was pretty good. You know, I'd definitely give it like a 7 out of 10 for like a nice, happy, feel-good, coming-of-age movie. So I absolutely loved the movie Stargirl. I loved the book Stargirl when I had to read it in middle school, and I wanted to be Stargirl. And so you know what? Today I'm going to do my own rendition, transformation to become the Grace Vanderwaal version of Stargirl from the movie. So I'm going to do my makeup and change out of my friendly neighborhood forest witch / soccer mom grandma outfit and be fun and happy like Stargirl. So first things first, I'm going to like clip this hair back out of the way, and we're just going to do some makeup. So I'm going to use my Jelly Pop Dew Primer from e.l.f. because Stargirl is dewy and sunny and happy and everything youthful and fun, and my skin doesn't look like that right now. So, also this smells like watermelons, and I feel like Stargirl would enjoy things that smell like watermelons. So now we have that primer on, and I'm going to use my new Dewy Wet n Wild Photo Focus for foundation. So Stargirl's look in the movie is actually really toned down from the book. It's literally been 12 plus years since I read it, but I remember Stargirl being like super duper eccentric. And like granted, you know, she was really eccentric in the movie, but everybody's kind of eccentric and crazy in Hollywood nowadays. And so you don't think twice about anybody on TV wearing like 6 different patterns. It's just kind of a thing now. So yes, she was different from like what the cool kids were wearing, but she wasn't like the absolute craziest thing you've ever seen in your life, which is kind of what she was in the book. But all in all, I still feel like they definitely made her eccentric and different and crazy, and like, you know, just dressing however she wanted and being her own person and her own style. And I loved that about Stargirl when I was in like 6th grade and had to read the story, because I have always been a little bit outside of the style norm when it came to my personal style. I literally wore knee-high socks every single day of my freshman year of high school. I'm going to use this Tarte Shape Tape like glow wand for concealer literally every day until like one of the last weeks of school. All different patterns, all different colors. They never actually matched what I was wearing for real. I was wearing, you know, the cool 2009 era plaid Bermuda shorts, and then like bright orange, yellow Argyle knee-high socks. That was who I was as a freshman in high school. And I wore them so often that one of the very last days of school, when it was like 100 degrees outside in May, Alabama, I didn't wear them because it was hot and I wanted to be like actually cute and wear like kind of a skirt and a cute top. And my science teacher at the time literally said, "Oh my God, I don't recognize you. It's like you're naked." And that low-key scarred my 14-year-old psyche, but it's chill. That's how I dressed. That's who I was. And I've always kind of liked to be the weirder, quirkier person around. So I really related to Stargirl, especially when I read it in 6th grade. I'm going to use this Sugar Rush Ocean Girl blush from the Tarte Sugar Rush collection, because Stargirl would definitely be the kind of person who wore a nice wash of cream blush for that been out in the sun all the time kind of look. Also, I do believe the story takes place in like Arizona, or at least somewhere in the desert. So she would definitely have that nice sun-kissed glow to her skin. And also, Stargirl is cute. And I feel like this kind of blush look makes you cute and cuddly and fun. So I don't recall if I actually had to memorize a passage from Stargirl, or if I loved the book so much and I was such a weird, quirky, nerdy child that I decided to memorize it on my own. But like I mentioned, this was seriously one of my favorite stories ever when I read it in 6th grade, and so I did. I memorized like the quote of Stargirl, and if I had to do it for a grade, I definitely did make 100 because I cared and I loved it. But I do still to this day, because I memorized it so hard, remember the quote. I would say probably 100%, but you know, like I said, it's been 12 years. I may or may not remember it word for word, but the Stargirl quote, and you'll know if you ever read Stargirl, the Stargirl quote. Oh, by the way, this is my bronzer that I'm going to be using. It's actually a moisturizing foundation stick from Ulta in the shade Tan, but I think it works really well for bronzer for me. And I'm going to be really warm because Stargirl's really warm. So, the Stargirl quote. Let's see if I can remember it. She was elusive. She was today. She was tomorrow. She was the faintest scent of a cactus flower, the flitting shadow of an elf owl. We didn't know what to make of her. In our minds, we tried to pin her to a corkboard like a butterfly, but the pen simply went through and away she flew. And if you've read the book, that was actually on the back cover of the copy that I read from the library in 6th grade. And I read it every single day that I was reading the book, which definitely took me like a week, because back in the day I did not love to read, but I did love the book. So I did read it slowly. Probably only as slowly as my teacher told me to. You know, like 3 chapters a day or whatever. But anyway, I read that back cover monologue or soliloquy or whatever you want to call it every single day. Every single day until I absolutely had it memorized and completely imprinted in my brain for all of eternity, apparently. Because if I'm not mistaken, that's exactly what the back of the book said. But that's Stargirl. She was weird and nobody knew what to do with her. And she did whatever she wanted to do. But she was warm and thoughtful and kind, and she tried to make other people's lives magical and happy and wonderful, and I wanted to be that as a child. I wanted to be the kind of person that people wanted to like, but also were confused by them, and definitely thought that, you know, I was somewhat magical. And I still want to be kind of magical, and I'd like to think that I am a little bit magical, because it takes a magical person to want to spend lots of time with children on the regular. I'm now going to, I just threw my sponge on the ground. I'm not going to set my face because, you know, even though I have nobody to see and nowhere to go, I don't want all this to smudge around while I'm pretending to be Stargirl. So, I need my brush. I'm going to use my Cover FX powder and just set all this down in place. I wanted to be the kind of person who is cool and quirky and magical so bad. I learned to make daisy chains, daisy crowns, daisy whatever, magical flower crowns that fairy-like people would make. And I did that, you know, probably in even elementary school. I remember playing on the playground and all I wanted to do was make clover flower crowns. But I do still know how to do that, and apparently that makes you very magical, especially to children, because that's like a weird fairy magic kind of thing to do. So I do take great pride in, you know, being kind of magical like that. But also, I'm very extroverted, and I would definitely consider my love language to be words of affirmation. And when those two things are combined, you like almost always need people to like you and tell you they like you. And that being mixed with the personality trait of I want to be quirky and not like everybody else, can kind of be disheartening sometimes. I'm going to use this very nice, beautiful, warm BU palette from Tarte, Sugar Rush, whatever. Because again, trying to go for that really warm, happy kind of look. So I'm gonna put this gold like all over. In the movie, Grace Vanderwaal obviously does not wear a lot of makeup. She's trying to look like a very fresh, warm 16-year-old, which she should because she is a nice, fresh, warm 16-year-old. But I am not. So I'm going to be a little bit more extra with my makeup because I want to be the most Stargirl. So anyway, it can be a little difficult sometimes to have the kind of personality where you need people's approval and people to like you and tell you that they like you, and also want to be the kind of person that is not the cool girl and that does not always fit in with the cliques and does her own thing and does whatever makes her happy, because that gets you like 4 friends. And the nice thing about those friends is that they are forever friends. I am literally still friends to this day with my very best friend that I made in 6th grade because she was also weird. And so we could be weird together. But I struggled a lot in middle school and high school because I felt like I didn't have a lot of friends. And that's all I wanted. But I also wanted to be, you know, free and happy and myself and weird and different. And I can almost hear all the people, like all the trolls right now saying, "Oh, she's not like other girls, she's different, she wants to be different," and all the feminists saying like, "Oh, it's so lame to be like not like other girls," and like, you know, "Oh, I'm cool and I like video games and like not playing very dress up like other girls." But guess what? I am both of those girls. I literally was playing Super Smash Bros. With my husband this weekend, and as you can see right now, I'm playing very dress up. So I don't want to not be like other girls, I just want to be like me, and that's all I wanted. But that was really a hard thing to explain to people in middle and high school. So now I have this really beautiful gold shade all over my lids, and I'm gonna buff a little bit like of a warmer shade into the crease to just darken that up a little bit, and then we're gonna have a nice wash across the lid. But anyway, like, my favorite characters that I always related to in movies were the quirky, weird girls, and it's like who I took my inspiration from, and it's who I wanted to look like fashion-wise, like Harper from Wizards of Waverly Place, who I like absolutely loved every single outfit she wore, and I loved that she was cute and punny and made fun outfits and made them herself. She was best friends with Alex. Alex was the one who was cool. Also, I was definitely not supposed to be watching Wizards of Waverly Place because it was about magic, so shh, don't tell my mom. I watched it anyway, and I loved it. And I loved, like, Lola from Hannah Montana when Emily Osment dressed up as Hannah Montana's, like, sidekick because she didn't want anybody to figure out that she was Lily. I wanted to be Lola. I wanted cool, silly colored wigs and 7-layer tulle skirts. And that's really a weird style to be like functional in everyday life. And it made it hard for me to actually want to be as crazy and wild as my heart truly desired to be. And now that I'm older and I don't care what other people think as much, I've come to the realization that you can wear whatever you want in the appropriate settings, because trust me, if I showed up to work wearing petticoats underneath my skirts, I would probably be told to go home and change because it's not professional enough. I'm just putting this cool like gold shade, it's kind of a bronzy shade, all over my lid. Yeah, there we go. If I showed up to teach kids like that, the kids would think I was really cool and my boss would say, "You're being very unprofessional, go home and change." But let me tell you, I'm gonna wear whatever I want when I go to the grocery store. And some days that's sweatpants and a sweatshirt, because some days I just want to be comfortable and I don't care about who I'm seeing at the grocery store. But some days I will go to the grocery store and whatever I want to wear, and you can say whatever you want to say about me. Because at this point in my life, I want to be happy and I want you to be happy, but I don't care if you're happy with me. So I know that this light makes me look really washed out, but I also feel a little washed out now that I've put actual eyeshadow on. So I'm going to put on some actual bronzer instead of just some cream bronzer because Stargirl's warm. She's warm. She's a warm spirit. Anyway, I wish I could have felt that way about myself when I was in school and I could have just worn, you know, whatever made my heart happy more so than what I did. Because yes, I did dress kind of different and crazy, but I also still kind of tried to fit in with the normal people because I still wanted to be considered, you know, decently cool and pretty. And like I already had lame cards stacked against me because I played clarinet in band, which I by no means think is lame. If you play an instrument in band, you're the coolest person ever because that's a hard skill and it makes you infinitely smarter than anybody who actually thinks it's lame. But in high school, that's kind of lame. So a lot of people already didn't think I was cool. And I wish I hadn't cared as much. But unfortunately I did. And it hurt my feelings almost all the time. I used to go home and just like cry to my mom about how not cool I was and how few friends I had. And why couldn't I just be normal like all the normal kids who had normal friends. Throwing my bronzer on the ground. And I really regret that I ever had to feel that way because high school sucks. But high school can be pretty cool. And if you're in a club or something like that, or like band or anything, high school's definitely better. And so I definitely suggest to do that with your life because first of all, it gives you a skill and colleges love skills. And secondly, it probably will make you smarter and a more decent human because you're going to learn to be part of a team and you're going to learn to do your best because you want your team to be your best or its best. Oh, by the way, this is the e.l.f. Instant Lift brow pencil and my hair is substantially darker than my brows now, so I'm trying to like really fill them in so that, you know, I don't look completely unbalanced. But I think that helped a little bit with the light. Okay, anyway, what I'm trying to say is do whatever you enjoy, be part of things that you enjoy, and don't let what other people say make you not like who you are. Unless maybe you're a crappy person and then maybe listen to what people are saying because they're maybe trying to tell you the truth. So anyway, I actually enjoyed the movie and I would definitely suggest it if you liked the book. I usually am the kind of person who says, oh, that was nothing like the book, and so I immediately give it, you know, a lower rating than I did the book because I enjoyed the book and I'm the kind of person who now really enjoys reading and books. So if every single movie isn't already 13 hours long and a complete reenactment of every single piece of dialogue that occurred in the book, I don't love it. And maybe that's my toxic trait, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna put on just a little bit of eyeliner, like a really thin little strip with a little wing. It's honestly kind of difficult to talk and do this, but whenever this goes up, put down in the comments, did you read Stargirl? Did you like Stargirl? Did you read Stargirl by choice or was it a required reading? This wing is way more aggressive than I was hoping it would be, even though it's really not even that much of a wing. Like, it's kind of small. But I realized I've said a ton, and I was in like a speech club, and so my speech club leader would be absolutely devastated right now about how many filler words I've used. But I also realized that this video is continuous and that I'm trying to fill all the gaps. So sorry, those are my filler words. All right, and so there's my aggressive wings on both sides. I'm gonna try and clean that up just a little bit with a brush. know I'm gonna put on mascara, and I know that's a super not fun thing to watch ever, but I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna use the Tarteist mascara. I really like this mascara. I feel like it really enhances my natural lashes and makes them look incredible. Like, that's the best thing I can say about them. Like, it just looks like almost false lashes without being false lashes. And I'm terrible at false lashes. My sister is like a beauty queen and wears false lashes every day, and I can't. So more power to you if you can do false lashes. It takes me 10 minutes, and I'm not trying to let you guys watch that for 10 minutes while I struggle. So you can just watch me remove all of the mascara that I'm getting on my eyelid. Anyway, look at the difference. I mean, I know I'm already blessed with like pretty decent lashes, but this mascara is really nice. So in the movie, Stargirl's outfits are a little bit more normal for what you would expect in today's world. And she does this really cute thing during one of the games where she has like little star freckles. And so I'm gonna try to like recreate that with not star freckles, because as much as I'd love to be a wonderful and happy Stargirl, I am not the kind of person who just happens to have little star sequins sitting around my house. And since I can't leave my house because of the coronavirus, we're dealing with what we got at my house, which is like these cute little like sequins things, which I'm pretty sure are meant for nail art, but you know, whatever. I'm putting on all this makeup just to go stand in my kitchen and cook dinner in a minute. And my husband's gonna come home and be like, what the heck? And I'm gonna be like, hi, I was bored at home. I'm going absolutely insane. So, you know, I mentioned in high school I did not enjoy being the weirdest kind of person I could possibly be. But now that I'm older, I absolutely want to be the weirdest kind of person I could ever possibly be. Most of the time. And I enjoy the aesthetic of like weird, quirky, sort of hippie person who listens to whatever kind of music I feel like that day and reads books in the woods, because that sounds like a great thing to be doing. This is Almay Color and Care Lip Oil in a stick. And yeah, I like being a little weird and a little different, and I think that's okay. And I'm gonna top this off. Let me see if I can find the gloss that I really, really want. I'm gonna top this off with this like watermelon juice gloss that I got from Ulta God knows how long ago, but it's so shiny and so beautiful. See? And it smells really good. And watermelon things again. I don't know why. I don't think it ever mentions that Stargirl really loves watermelon scents. But watermelon scents are just happy, and so I think that she would like happy scents. Also, she has a pet rat named Cinnamon, which is super cool. I really want a tiny little white mouse. And so again, I can relate to Stargirl. I'm going to set this with the Flower Seal the Deal Illuminating Setting Spray. And then I'm going to tap just on the high points of my face, or this e.l.f. Jelly Pop like face and eye gloss. Because, you know, why not? That's a very Stargirl thing, right? To be super shiny and glittery. So, as a girl, I like princesses and flowers and sparkly shiny things. And, you know, some people say that that's a little childish, and maybe it is, but I think part of being grown or more grown up, or, you know, like becoming an adult, is to learn to be okay with being a little childish, because guess what? No adult is as adulty as you think they are, and nobody knows what the heck is going on, like, half the time. So do your best and have fun with your life, and I'm gonna rub away that mascara I got all over my face. And, you know, enjoy the things you enjoy, and don't let other people tell you you should be anything other than what you like to be. So now that I have all this makeup on my face, I'm gonna change the lighting tone to see if you can see it a little bit better. Ooh, cool. Warm. All right, so I feel like this actually helps show you a little bit better, like, my makeup. I'm going to put sparkle sequins on my face, like freckles. I'm going to do this using something. Here it is. Using glue. And I feel like that's probably okay, because, you know, like, drag queens put glue all up in their eyebrows regularly and they're not dying. So I don't think I'll die yet from glue. Not from this anyway, right? So I'm just gonna, like, do a little, like, dab on my sequin and then put it on my face like a freckle. Aw, that's fun, yay. Okay, so I really, like, always wanted freckles as a kid, and I deeply regretted that I did not have freckles. And I used to ask everybody I knew who did have freckles what they did so that they could have freckles, because it's all I wanted was freckles. And guess what? I still don't have freckles. So I'm going to deeply enjoy these sparkle freckles that I'm going to give myself right now. Also, I love every single Snapchat filter that gives you freckles, because they fulfill my dreams and let me live life the way I wish I could all the time. Also, I've heard that there's, like, a makeup product that gives you, like, faux freckles, and I've honestly considered trying that, like, for real, because, again, sounds like my dream. Okay, so this is actually a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be for the littler ones. Can you hear my dog licking himself outside the door? Dogs are weird. It keeps, like, turning over on my finger. There we go. Okay, we're gonna try this with, like, tweezers and see if that helps anything, because my fingers are not my friends right now. Yay! Okay. So far, I am absolutely loving this look, and kind of wish I had the time to put faux sparkle freckles on my face every single day, because, you know, life is just better when you're sparkly. So, you know, I've hyped Stargirl up, like, all this time because, like I mentioned, I obviously loved her entire character as a young adult, human, adolescent person. But, you know, she is still really flawed in the story. And the thing about Stargirl that, you know, I really loved back in the day and, like, related to is that everybody really didn't like her. And she was not popular, no matter how kind she tried to be or how cool or whatever I thought she was. You know, she wanted to be positive and spread joy. And for a little while, she was kind of cool with everybody. Like, a lot of people knew her, knew of her, and thought she was pretty cool. And then all of a sudden she wasn't anymore. And that made her question if she wanted to really be who she was, to be Stargirl. And she decided, you know, yeah, I'm better as myself. And that's a really encouraging message when you're young and not sure who you want to be. But it's still a really encouraging message today, I feel like, because, you know, you can be as wonderful and unique and awesome, and still people may not like you. And that's okay. It's okay for everyone to not like you. And that's a hard pill to swallow, and that's a hard lesson to learn. But it's a good lesson. And, you know, the book, or the story in general, it's kind of sad because, like, she pieces out. She straight up, like, leaves. And this boy, Leo, who, you know, actually really liked her and cared about her, he's, like, real sad because, you know, he actually liked her and cared about her. And she just, like, left. And that's one thing about the story that's not my favorite. So I think it's important to be yourself and realize that not everybody's gonna like you. But I also think it's important to stand your ground and, you know, fight the fight. You know, don't just up and leave when things are hard or if people don't like you. Do the hard things and be weird while you do it. And I think that, you know, will lead for a life of less regrets, especially if you are true to you throughout it all. So I'm gonna put a couple more because I really want this to be cute and not just like weird sporadic freckles. But this is getting progressively more difficult because now the glue is like sticking to my tweezers. So also, I'm trying not to make this the absolute longest video in the entire world. Although, you know, I guess maybe at this point somebody might enjoy that, because what better thing do we have to do than to watch a 40-minute video of somebody putting faux freckles on their face? I'm stressing myself out over this stupid little gem. Stick to my face. There we go. Okay. I don't like where this one is. We're gonna move it a little bit more right there. I think I need just like one more, like higher up on my nose. Ah! I just dropped all of the sequins off my sink into my floor. So that'll make for fun cleanup in a minute. I mean, like, definitely 80 sequins are on my floor right now. Come on, stick, stick, stick. There we go. Okay, so. Oh, that's so not fun. I'm going to do something with this wild here. So Grace Vanderwall has these really cute bangs, and I feel like I have pretty cute bangs, but they're kind of gross right now. So I'm going to turn on my straightener and make them not kind of gross. And while I wait for that to heat up, I'm going to change my clothes into this cute outfit that you've probably seen behind me this whole time. Because this is my version of something kind of quirky and eccentric and cute. So forgive the fact that you're going to see nothing except for my wall for a minute because I'm going to change my clothes. And I will be back. Ooh, gotta slip my shirt over my freckles. Don't want them falling off after all this time trying to put them on. And here's my top and my overalls. Oh no. There we go. All right. So here's my, I don't know, sort of quirky, like, Stargirl outfit. And hopefully my straightener's warm now. There we go. Okay. And we're gonna brush those out just a little bit. All right. Here is my Stargirl. And my makeup. And we're gonna take you to my living room where you can see a little bit more naturally what I look like. And I have on no shoes right now, so if I happen to get to a point where you can see my feet, I don't know if you could see them just then. Anyway, if you can see my feet, forgive me because, yeah. Actually, we're gonna do it at my dining room because I have a big window right here. If I can raise the blinds. Oh, there we go. All right. Ta-da! So this is my Stargirl inspired transformation. I hope you enjoyed watching this and hearing me ramble for like ever about weird things about me and my life and who I wish I could be and am and all that kind of fun stuff. So I don't know how well this is gonna post or if this will turn out nice at all, but if it does, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please stick around, maybe subscribe to my channel. I would love that so that in the future I could possibly make live videos. Here's my dog jumping because he wants my attention. Say hello. Say subscribe to mommy's channel. Say subscribe. Bye, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching.